Hey, Danielle K. Howell here, your online success coach from youronlinesuccesscoach.com. And today I'm going to talk about the 7 habits of highly effective, successful people. So if you're lacking in your life, right? If you're lacking in your life and you're lacking generating certain principles and certain, successes in your life and in your business, chances are you're lacking in these 7 areas that is suggested by Stephen Covey. So if you've never read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I strongly encourage you to do so because it's an amazing book. So let me just highlight some of the things that he talks about in the book, all right, and how you can become more effective, more successful just by using these principles. So number 1, right, the 7 habits. So these are the things we have to create healthy habits. And I apologize, it's going to be a mirror image because I'm doing this, with the front facing camera. So you're going to see a mirror image of what I'm saying. But nevertheless, I'm going to talk about it. All right. So the first thing you have to do, you have to be proactive, right? Be proactive. A lot of times we let circumstances hinder us from moving forward, and we get that woe is me attitude when things don't go our way, when things seem to be, going what you like to say wrong, which I believe there are no rights and wrongs in life. But we have to be proactive. So instead of saying, oh my goodness, why me? Why this? Why did this happen? I want to become successful, but people are sabotaging me, all that stuff. You know what I hear a lot? The devil is getting me. I hear that so much. It's like, no, just be proactive, right? Just be proactive. Nobody's out to get you. Yeah, there may be people who are negative around you, but guess what? That just lets you know that you have to change some things about yourself. So the number 1 thing is that you have to be proactive. And instead of saying, why me, you need to say, how can I? How can I? Right? So being proactive is always taking a proactive approach, and active, right? The key word in proactive is active. An active approach to where you want to be and where you want to go. All right? So that's the number 1 rule of being highly effective. Okay, and the second habit that you must incorporate is begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind, right? And what does that mean? That means that, I'm sorry that this is backwards. Hopefully you can see it. Be proactive and begin with the end in mind. What does that mean? It means that you have to think of your goals. Right? You have to step outside of where you are now and think about where you want to be. Think about the end of the road. Okay? Begin with the end in mind. So many times we begin a journey, especially an entrepreneur journey, an online marketing journey, right? We begin and then we see all this stuff that we got to do. We got to learn skills. We got to develop personally. We got to take time to, put all this stuff together. And then we what? We quit, right? We quit. Instead of, hey Rosalind, beginning with the end in mind. What's your end? My end was always to be home with my kids. That was it. Like, there was nothing that was going to stop me anymore from taking that position of being home with my kids. So even when the going got tough, even when I had to stay up late nights, even when I had to do work before I went to work in the morning, even when I had to go sit in my car and quiet my mind so I could understand what the heck I was doing, even the days where, it was just so frustrating, I didn't understand half of this stuff, I had the end in mind always. I just always used to see myself being home with my kids. And it just pushed me. It pushed me so much more to do it. And I was like, you know what? I don't care how hard it's going to be. I don't care. So I'm going to be home with my kids. And lo and behold, look what's happening. I'm home with my kids. Number 3, right? Number 3 is this. You must put first things first. Put first things first. And this is all from Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Put first things first. This is the principles of personal management, right? Personal management. What do you have to do first? What are the things that you do first thing in the morning when you wake up? Right now, I'm teaching my boot campers about the savers, right? The miracle morning, how to create your own miracle mornings, right? You got to put first things first. Sometimes we wake up, we want to see, who messaged me on Facebook, how many emails, who emailed me. Those things don't matter. What matters first is that you get in alignment with yourself and that you understand what your purpose is for the day and that you put those things first. Have a plan. Brendan Burchard once said, a goal without a calendar is just a wish, right? Put your things on your calendar. Put your goals down. What are you trying to accomplish for the day, right? These are the things that you have to be able to put first things first so that you can manage your time. You can manage, your family time, your business time, all that stuff. Because if you don't put first things first, guess what? You'll be at everybody's beck and call. And every time you hear that ding on Messenger on Facebook, you're rushing to see who messaged you. Every time the phone rings, you're picking up the phone. And now you've gotten no work done. Every time you see somebody's video scrolling through Facebook, you're watching. All right? So be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. That's the first 3 things. Number 4 is this. Think win-win, right? Number 4. Think win-win, right? In the game of entrepreneurship, there is no win-lose. When you're working closely with people, or even if you have a little friendly competition with maybe some of your entrepreneur friends and colleagues, you got to think win-win. We're all in this thing to win, right? You win, I win. That's why coaches charge for coaching, right? If they're going to coach you with something, like I charge my students when I coach them, because guess what? I know that they're going to win. I'm winning by them, paying me a fee, and they're winning by me giving them my expertise. So always think win-win. Think of, as you move on this journey, you're going to become a leader. Right? You're going to become a leader. That should be your ultimate goal in your business, to become a leader. So you have to think win-win. When you start to hire people, like right now, I'm in the process of hiring some personal assistants to do some work for me. And so they're winning as well. I'm paying them, right? And they're helping me to run my business more effectively. Hey, Risa. So you got to always think win-win. Win-win. Number 5 is this. Maybe I should use a different color because this blue is kind of seek first, and this is the big one. Seek first to understand. Then be understood. I think this is one. I'm glad I changed in red for this. I didn't even know this was the one that was coming up. But this is big. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. So many times, people are talking to you, right? And you want to just tell them how you feel. You want them to understand your position. No, why don't you, as an entrepreneur, your main job is to listen. Listen to people's desires. Listen to what they want. Listen to how you can help them. Because ultimately, as an entrepreneur, you're here to what? Solve problems. So people don't care about how much you know. They don't care. You can tell them, oh yeah, my product is this, it does that. My business opportunity will help you win, make this money, and you're just like, and after a while, it's like, like, you ever heard Charlie Brown, wah, 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 wah. You don't want to throw up on your potential clients and leads and customers. You want to listen to them. Ask them a few simple questions so that they can know that you understand their needs, right? I have a process where I survey my leads so that they can fill it out, and so that I can read everything that they need from me. And then when I speak to them on the phone, I understand their needs. There's a saying that says people don't care how much you know. The only thing they care about is how much you care. They want to know how much you care, not how much you know. All right, so you utilize this habit right here, number 5, by seeking first to understand. Understand your customers, understand your leads, understand your target audience. Understand this because it'll help you sell more, okay? It'll help your marketing better. It'll help you to communicate with people more. You'll become more effective, right? And that is the premise of this book, to become a highly effective person. And to become highly effective, you will in turn become highly successful. All right, so seek first to understand, then be understood. Habit number 6 is this. Synergize. Synergize. I like to say this. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. You can't do everything by yourself. You just can't. You have to have a cooperative team to help you effectively run your business. You can't do it all by yourself, because if you try, you're going to wear yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to become, a tyrant. Just learn how to synergize. Learn how to friendly give leadership, advice. Have those leadership qualities. And the more that you can speak to people in a cooperative manner, delegate some tasks for people, people will then work with you and they will join you, and it will be a pleasure to be around you, right? Nobody likes somebody that just got to do it myself. We got to be done and I need to do it myself. No, find people who are like you. Find people who have the same vision as you. That's why it's so important to keep that end in mind, right? What is your vision? What is your vision? So just to go back, my vision was to be home with my kids. So what if you could team up with a team of women who wanted to be home with their kids as well? Guess how well you guys could synergize, right? How well you guys could work together and put a plan of action together as entrepreneurs. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I have groups, women's groups, fitness groups. I have these because we all have these same ends in mind, being fit, being healthy, women entrepreneurs, and we all synergize. We all bring something to the table, and it's beautiful. And last but not least is this. Number seven is this. Number 7, sharpen the saw. You must sharpen your saw. What does that mean? Consistent, constant learning. Just like how I'm reading this book, right? Well, I'm not reading it right now. This is just something, I've read this book before, but it's just something in my head today. When I woke up, it talked about the 7 principles of highly successful people. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about, Stephen Covey's book, because it's the principles will always be there. Sometimes we are so caught up in, I need to make sales. I can't, my friends and family don't want to buy my stuff. Yada, 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 yada. When we don't even realize that there are principles that we must put into place if we want our business to move forward. And the last thing here is sharpen the saw. If you're not going to events, if you're not reading books, if you're not listening to audios, if you're not hanging out with millionaires and multimillionaires or people who are in the same niche as you, who make more money than you, who know more than you, who are mentors, who are coaches, then you're not sharpening your saw. You're not. You have to be coached. You have to be mentored. You have to be around successful people if you want what? Success. Why? Because success leaves clues. It leaves clues. And you want to hang around the people who can show you the secrets, who can show you the clues, who you can call or watch their video or read their book or listen to their audio, and they'll answer your questions for you. These are the people that you want to be around. These are the people who you have to engage in, whether it's through a book, a video, or audio, in person, wherever it is. But you got to sharpen that saw. You got to invest in yourself. You got to invest. You got to invest your time to develop your skills, to develop your knowledge, to develop your purpose, to develop your mission, to see your vision clearer. People can help you do that, but you got to invest in that. You got to invest. All right, my friends, so those are my 7 steps to becoming highly effective so that you can become highly successful. Right now, so many people are struggling online, and it makes no sense to struggle when there are people and there's money all around us. And if you are looking to, get access to my free success blueprint, go to www.daniellekahowell. There is a link around this video. I think I lost myself. So if you want access to my free download, this is my success blueprint, right? You go to www.daniellekahowell.com and you can get access to my free 5-step success blueprint. Now, this is the same blueprint that I use and I continue to use that has taken me from a broke teacher drowning in over $30,000 debt to now literally living the life of my dreams, making money from home, being home with my kids. You know, I got my own office. I got my own office with a view, you know, and it's awesome. It's literally awesome. And I want the same for you. So go to www.daniellekhalil.com if you have not ever had my free ebook. Well, it's a download, it's a blueprint, and it'll take you through the 5 steps that I continue to use and the 5 steps that I recommend everybody use if they want to make income online. All right, friends, so I hope this was helpful for you today. Be sure to incorporate those 7 steps so that you can become more successful, so that you can create successful habits. So, and what happens when you create successful habits, you will become successful, because why? Success leaves clues. All right, my friend, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk soon. Bye-bye.